Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Welcome to my virtual classroom, MKA Classroom. Now let's start today's video tutorial. Today we are going to start capital budgeting. Capital budgeting techniques. So this is our topic, capital budgeting techniques. Before we going to learn the techniques, we have to have several basic ideas related to this capital budgeting. We have to know several core terms which are too much related to our techniques. First one, capital budgeting. What do we mean by capital budgeting? Actually, capital budgeting is the process of planning and evaluating expenditures on assets whose cash flows are expected to extend it beyond 1 year. That is the capital budgeting. We know that budgeting, that means budget means this is a plan for future expenditure, and here we call capital budgeting. Capital means the process investable amount with maturity more than 1 year. So capital budgeting, the process of planning and evaluating expenditures on assets whose cash flows are expected to extend beyond 1 year. That's the capital budgeting. The term capital refers to fixed asset used in production, whereas budget is a plan that details projected inflows and outflows during some future period. That we treated the budget that will forecast our inflows and outflows during the future period. Thus, capital budget is an outline of planned expenditures on fixed assets, and capital budgeting is the process of analyzing projects and declining which are acceptable investment and which actually should be purchased. That's also related to this capital budgeting. So importance of capital budgeting, why it is important in our day-to-day life. That is the importance of capital budgeting. A number of factors combine to make capital budgeting decisions. Among the most important decisions financial managers must make: first, impact of capital budgeting is a long term. Thus, the firm loses some decisions making flexibility when capital projects are purchased. For example, when a firm invests in an asset with a 10-year economic life, it is its operations are affected for 10 years. The firm is locked in by the capital budgeting decisions. Further, because asset expansion is fundamentally related to expected future sales, decisions to buy a fixed asset that is expected to last 10 years involve an implicate 10-year sales forecast. So in this way, effective capital budgeting can improve both the timing of asset acquisitions and actually asset purchased. A firm that forecasts its needs for capital asset in the advance will have an opportunity to purchase and install assets before they needed. Finally, capital budgeting is important because the acquisition of fixed assets typically involve substantial expenditures, and therefore a firm can spend a large amount of money. It must have the funds available. Large amounts of money are not available automatically. Therefore, a firms contemplating a major capital expenditure program must arrange its financing well in advance to be sure the required funds are available. Then the general ideas for capital projects. Then projects classifications, that is replacement decisions, that means whether to purchase the capital asset to take place for existing assets to maintain or improve existing operations. Expansion decisions, whether to purchase capital projects and add them to existing assets to increase existing operation. Independent projects whose cash flows are not affected by the decisions made about other projects. Mutually exclusive project, a set of projects in which the acceptance of one project means the other cannot be accepted. Actually, these are the classifications: replacement decision, expansion decision, independent project, mutual exclusive projects. So these are the basic terminology which are related to our capital budgeting techniques. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Welcome to my virtual classroom, MKA Classroom. Now let's start today's video tutorial.